Good morning, Muscatine. It's Thursday the 17th. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on PCTV, it could be who knows when. But we have with us, I'm just going to skip all the crap and get to the good part. So I've got Misty Urban from Writers on the Avenue here with me. What?
I'm the good part?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Compared to me. So that's not necessarily saying a lot. I mean, it could be amazing. Just take it for what it is.
I'll take it.
And you're here today for Writers on the Avenue.
Yes.
So real quick, before we kind of dive into what's going on tomorrow night, let's catch everybody up on what Writers on the Avenue is.
Sure.
And like what you guys do, all that fun sort of stuff, so they've got a little context for what's going on tomorrow night.
So Writers on the Avenue is Muscatine's local author group. It's an Iowa literary nonprofit. It's established to support writers in the literary arts, specifically in and around Muscatine. It started as a small artisan action group. 1990 is when it was actually chartered. And over time, it waxed and waned, it grew, it moved around. But it's always been just a group of writers who get together to share work. Sometimes they put together publications. We'll talk about those in a moment. And it's currently evolved into an actual organization with bylaws and a treasury. And so we try to do a little bit more in terms of getting involved in events, getting people writing, helping fund publications. Just recently, right before COVID, we founded our own imprint, Pearl City Press, not to be confused with Pearl City Media, which is bigger and does more. Pearl City Press is actually a tiny little imprint, and we published a few books.
I'm sorry, I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you can get help from Pearl City Media anytime you want.
I know, we're very excited about a partnership there.
So, okay, I'm sorry, what did you say at the end? I totally went off the rails.
It's just a group to support local writers. Anyone is welcome at any time. We meet once a month, and it's basically we get together to ask questions, share work, talk about what we're working on, get support, and have a good time. So,
as part of that, so you mentioned the publications, and this is the part that always interests me. So the concept of being able to formally and permanently etch your stamp on the world has always been something that's intrigued me. And that's what you guys do. So, I mean, like, what all, as far as like actual works that the members have done, like, what might people have seen, or what could possibly intrigue them to go look for?
So I believe beginning around 1991, not every year, but fairly often, it was a practice for members to create an anthology of works every year. And in the earliest days, as the acting president, I kind of inherited the archives, even though I've only been involved with WOTA for a few years. But most of them are early, some are pamphlets, some are spiral bound, and they're mostly members' works. When I came in, having a bit of publishing experience and having taught in a few places and being a teacher, I wanted to expand them a little more. And I had some small experience with self-publishing, so I knew how to make a book. And I thought, well, let's turn these small showcases of member works into actual books. Let's expand our reach, let's expand our submissions, let's have themes, and let's just invite people to submit. We don't have the resources to be the kind of place where we can pay authors to submit, so right now it's mostly goodwill. We'll give you a free contributor copy. But since I've been there, we've done 4 anthologies just through Writers on the Avenue, and those have been through publish-on-demand outfits, but they're available online. You can buy them on stores. All of the proceeds go back into the WOTA Treasury to support further publications and things that members want to do. And we did a big anthology about 3 years ago that was an anniversary celebration because WOTA was 30 years old. We thought we'll do something nice. And then COVID hit. It was hard to sell the book. It was hard to get out. It was hard to meet. And when we finally got back going, one of the members said, we need to do another book. And I said, yes, we do. So we came up with a theme of memories. And this time we had a broader reach. We reached a lot further for our submissions. We did the same thing. It's a print on demand, but now the book is available everywhere. And we're just really proud of it. We're really proud of the quality. We feel like every time we've done this, we've gotten better works, we've gotten better quality, we've gotten a bigger reach, so it can interest more and more people.
Well, and what I love about it is it's something that Muscatine has gotten significantly better at across many verticals over the last 10 to 12 years, is being able to take the tools that are available worldwide and figure out how to apply them to something in Muscatine, right? Mm-hmm. So like I remember after my daughter was born, we were looking at doing a little bit of self-publishing with like the NICU and some, you know what I mean? And like it kind of never came to fruition, but like the concept of being able to do it is amazing, because if you just take the steps and like you've got a background in it, you know, and like generally what you need, you can take those next steps and get it done. I don't want to say easily, but it's not like a mountain, right? It's just, it takes time, dedication, learning, getting better. And, you know, it's something that Muscatine will always be able to continue and chart both our history, but the thoughts of the people here. And, you know, it's always funny when I think about the books you guys have put together. I always think back to college when we had to read like the first person, the diaries, you know, like instead of reading out of history books, you're reading the actual diaries of people and things like that. This feels like that to me for today's time. So hopefully after we're all long dead, gone, dust, whatever you want to call it, there's going to be people that understand what was going on here at this time by what you guys have done. So
yeah, it's local voices, and when we come up with these themes, the anniversary theme was rather obvious, but other times we try to think of a way to integrate the book so there's a real appeal to it, even beyond just friends and family buying it. But one of the advantages of the broader distribution now, I just had somebody contact me the other day. She was interested in seeing some publications of her mother who had passed on, and she was an early member. So I went back through the archives and I looked at all these old books, and I thought, that could have been my writing. Somebody could have said, you know, you have to follow up with somebody and you have to go through a dusty old trunk, and that's fun. I mean, there's an appeal to that too. As a historian and a medievalist, I love doing that.
Yeah, see, I would enjoy that for about 15 minutes, and then I'd be like, okay, somebody else can handle this part.
Now, with these brand new works that are globally accessible, like you said, you can just go online and buy our book, and so those voices are preserved.
So with the launch of this one, it's almost like you guys might throw a party or something, maybe, to celebrate.
Oh, we made a book party. Everyone's invited. Our generous host is the Pearl Butt Museum right down the street. So from 6 to 8 tomorrow, Friday, the 18th, we will be reading from the book. Contributors will be reading snippets of their work. We'll be answering questions, we'll be enjoying snacks and refreshments in the beautiful environment of the Pearl Butt Museum, which is always inspiring. And there'll be a chance for authors who have published books to have them for sale for anyone who's interested.
That's awesome. And that's, you know, even the selection of the location is perfect. I mean, I got to be a part of the Pearl Butt Museum for a long time, and it's such a great location. Dustin does such a great job down there now. And to put this in there is just, I mean, it just, I'm going to say reeks of history. Reeks probably isn't quite the right word. You probably would have a better word for it than that. But you couldn't ask for any more ambiance. You couldn't ask for a more engaging place for people to stop down, take a look, listen, enjoy a little bit of the museum while you're there, and I guarantee you will come out learning something you didn't know, enjoying a piece that you would have never heard of any other way, and all the while supporting folks from Muscatine.
Yes.
So do you know who all is planning on being there?
I am hoping that we will hear from local author Bob Banks, who's published many novels, and Pearl City Press just came out with his memoir recently. His memoir of growing up on a bluegrass family farm in the 40s and 50s. We're hoping to hear from Juan Forneau, also known as Latin Thunder, professional wrestler. Yeah, also a writer, man of many talents.
Yes, check out Out of the Ring on discovermuscatine.com.
Yes, love that column. So we're hoping to hear his reflections on Rocky IV, seeing that as a kid, for sure. Another of our members from Davenport, Quad City area, Dan Moore, he is a retired Navy captain and drove nuclear submarines for years and years and years. And when he retired, he started writing, and he thought, well, I'll just sort of see where it goes. He now has a book out. Pearl City Press published that book too. It's a nautical adventure and a tale of exciting international espionage. So he's got a story and an essay in the book that he might read from. And then we have a couple of younger authors, students and recent students in the Quad City area, so we're hoping we'll hear from them too. So we have a real variety of contributions here and a real breadth of interest across our members, so it should be fun.
That's, again, I talk about this a lot when when people say, oh, there's nothing going on in Muscatine. It's not true. Just
there's
flat
tons
out, there's
going
tons
on in
going
Muscatine.
on.
You have to want to, and you have to get out of the house.
Yes, and here's the one other thing that I remind people is almost everything that happens in Muscatine, especially the ones that I'm going to say I know the people in, but like this case, all the events are designed for people of a general interest function, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe literary arts aren't necessarily your thing specifically, but the event like this will be something you can go enjoy and take a little bit out of it, expand your world a little bit, mm-hmm. but not feel like you've gone completely down a rabbit hole into something you're not going to be interested in. It's a great way to expand your horizons, take a quick look at what other people in town are doing, mm-hmm. and be a part of the community. And it's literally right down here on 2nd Street.
And they're all good stories. So if you love to hear a good story, come hear it live, storytelling. Yeah,
and that's, again, you're not going to hear it read by anybody but the author. Mm-hmm. It's not the same.
No, not an AI robot.
Not an AI robot.
A robotic voice, the actual person who wrote it.
I could totally do it, just type it all in, spit it out. That's the best way for me to do voiceovers. But, okay, so it's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
6 to 8.
6 to 8.
At the Pearl Button Museum.
Yes.
Which is, I don't remember the address off the top of my head. Everybody knows where it is. It's just, I always point as if everybody knows exactly where our office and studio is downtown.
We're on 2nd Street, they're on 2nd
So we're on
Street.
2nd Street right now, across from Salon Incognito and Hubble's and in that block. So yeah, that way. Downriver from us, on the same side, down by the Carver Trust building, and the Chamber of Commerce and all that fun stuff.
Beautiful building and really good acoustics for reading. I had a book launch party for my own collection of stories there when that came out, and then they hosted an International Women's Day reading from an anthology of works that were about sisterhood by women, and we had some local authors read excerpts there, and it was just a really great event. So I'm expecting another good one.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely awesome. And so that's tomorrow night, and if people are interested in joining Writers on the Avenue, mm-hmm. remind them when you guys meet.
So we meet the 3rd Tuesday of every month. We're currently meeting at Musser Public Library. They've been a wonderful host to us. We'll be in room 301. They can look for more information on writersontheavenue.org. That will be updated soon with our next monthly meeting, but again, it's the 3rd Tuesday of every month. We have a Facebook group for any interested Muscatine area authors. You don't have to be a member of WOTA, but you can pop in and see what area writers are doing. And they can always find out more information at the event tomorrow night if they're interested in getting involved.
Well, that's pretty easy. I mean, just go.
I'll be there. Come up to me and ask me about it. I'll have
just be like, hey, I saw you on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more about it?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, well, Misty, thank you. It's been fun as always.
Thank you.
And thank you for leading the charge on this and helping make sure it happens. And because it is definitely something that Muscatine can be proud of and can get behind and know that it's going to be something good, it's going to represent the community well, and that we can share it and be proud of it. So
absolutely. Thanks for the chance to brag about our book.
Oh, of course. Anytime at all. So Muscatine, that's your Thursday. You've got instructions. You got that, and you've got the fall sports kickoff. So you got plenty to do over the next couple days. So we will see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend.